So this is a C2 from our museum collection, and we were talking about this. James Cagney used to play one of these while he was waiting for the director to call him back on set. Martin made a number of different types of arch tops. This was based on a triple O long scale. The notion of converting these into flat tops, which is what happened with your really unique guitar here. This was a C2 just like this, and you have Brazilian rosewood on the back, just like this. A little more playing wear, and so Joe Conkley, am I saying his name right? From Elderly Instruments, got a hold of one of these. Probably had a smashed top or something. Removed the top, replaced it with a traditional round sound hole flat top. So instead of pushing down on the top like an arch top does, now we have a more traditional lifting arrangement. The difference in tone is dramatic. This has kind of a stringy, twangy kind of sound, and yours has a richness and warmth and depth of tone. Really very, very impressive.
There's a high, there's a middle, there's a low on this thing. And it just jumps.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You've got this little, boy, your guitar looks like it's from the 30s and 40s. It is, but you've been playing it pretty hard.
Yeah, I dig in there. But this is a 2003 piece, so I don't feel like I'm beating up my grandmother, which is what you feel like when you've got 1934 everywhere else. Yeah.
Well, the guitars really love being played, and they really like being played well. I wish we could recreate this for you and figure out the unique aspects, probably the arch of the back, some elements. Did you keep the same neck? It has the same neck.
The same neck, same
Just
neck.
refit for the
refit.
for the body.
I put some medio jumbo frets on it. But yeah, basically.
So this is it's a slight V shape.
Yeah, it's very much. I love that, and it gets wide up here. I really love how it widens out.
And you have a magnetic pickup in here.
Yeah, this is from, I want to say it's a Fishman Rare Earth, but it's, I know that was a band, but I swear to God, that's the name of it.
I think that's what it is. Yeah. I think Eric Clapton uses one of those.
It was not, it's probably 7, 8 years old.
Yeah. I think Clapton saw you playing with it and decided it sounded so good.
Yeah. I have, funny story about Clapton. Stefan Grossman has become a great teacher, great friend to me, and he's helped me a lot. Stefan invited me to the most recent Crossroads Festival in Chicago in June of 2010. And oh man, it was just such an education to get there the day before and the sound checks and to watch all these guys work it out. Watch Stefan and Kev Moe play together and kind of work out an arrangement. And I just got to kind of go to school. And Stefan and Kev played on Saturday, and then they went off, and so I went back to congratulate them. And there was Eric, and I'd never met him. And he couldn't have been nicer. I mean, the best people in the business, you know, Merrill, Clint Eastwood, they're just, they have nothing to prove. They're already who they are. And so for them to be gracious, it means the world. It's a great lesson. Eric's like that. And couldn't have been nicer. Stefan introduced me. And the first thing Eric said was, has Stefan tried to teach you Mississippi Blues? Which is this, you know. And it's hard. And he goes, what about the 4? And I'm going, and he goes, because the 4 he goes, I never could get the 4. And I said, well, I'm having trouble with the 1 and the 5 too, but yeah, oh, sure. And it was fascinating to hear Eric go, and Stefan's going, oh, Eric, you can play. He goes, no, I can't, man, I can't, you know, you can't do the 4. And so there's hope for us all. If Eric Clapton is having a little trouble with a D7 somehow, Stefan Grossman run, there's hope for us all.
I was in a green room with Eric, and he was trying to show John Mayer how to do the finger picking thing. And John Mayer didn't want to hear anything about it. He said, that's old fogey stuff. And Eric said, get over here. You're going to learn it, and you're going to learn it right now. And a couple months later, John came out with a really neat fingerstyle thing that was kind of the result of that little conversation. So, in terms of tone, what you're looking for in a guitar is depth, balance, warmth, clarity.
I think, and I use the picks. I really look for the high, the middle, and the low. You know, when I'm playing live and there's nobody else, there's no band, you want it to feel full. You want it to feel like there's a symphony behind you. And if you're strumming, you're kind of diluting that. So because I just finger pick now, and then in a 1,000-seater, it'll ring out. Yeah. And you just want to make them, I mean, anytime you sing a song or you perform or you're playing, you want to take them away, even a little bit. And so with a Martin, because it's so, and certainly this older Martin, I get that big, huge, full sound that with even an okay sound system fills the room and then takes the audience and pulls them and makes them feel like there's more here than just 6 strings. And that's the beauty of, you know, I was warming up at some festival and another artist walked by and she goes, it sounds like a symphony in there. And a lot of that's the finger picking, but a lot of that's the Martin.
How many songs out of your repertoire, like more than half of your songs are your own, or you do?
All the CDs, I've got 5 CDs out at jeffdaniels.com, and maybe we do 2 or 3 covers, but basically the other 80 are originals, and then I've written 400.
Wow.
But that's that interest. You know, I write original stuff.
So they're available exclusively on your website, not on iTunes or.
Most of the CDs are on iTunes. There's the one's going to be on iTunes pretty soon. Keep It Right Here is the new CD. I'm real excited about that one. There's a lot of musicianship on that. I've added Brad Phillips on mandolin, Dominic John Davis on bass, upright bass and mandolin, and so it's the 3 of us. 8 out of 10 of them are original, and but I'm really happy with that CD, and that just went up.
Well, you need to check these out because the songs are fantastic. A great songwriter, great performer. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Dick.